Hi. Nibs, you're going to be slightly distracting. Do you need more water? Is that why you're out being like that? Nibby. Hey. Now that I'm getting back into the swing of content creation and almost done unpacking, I don't know what to do with this wall. I'm settling in to where I just moved, getting unpacked and figuring out my routines. Specifically, one of the first ones Poptart, the door is it's just shut. Do you want me to open it for you? Would you like it open? Well, I have to film this video, so have fun. I have a feeling I'm going to be opening that sooner than later. All of this to clearly show I'm still figuring out my routines, everything. And one of those that's a high priority is content creation. But instead of just jumping back into what I was doing because it wasn't fully working anymore for me or for the viewers. So I've decided to take my routines with content creation and my processes and simplify them. After taking such a long break, it was really helpful to step back, take a bird's eye view, and just outline everything. I asked myself, what tasks do I enjoy doing? What tasks do I not enjoy doing? Which tasks were taking up the most amount of time? Are there any tasks I can do in batches? How long are each of these things taking? Overall, how can I make things easier, especially in the new craziness of my schedule? Today, I want to share with you 6 things I have decided to do to either adjust or simplify my routine to make keeping up with creating weekly content for YouTube and daily content for shorts and TikTok actually sustainable while adulting, as we millennials love to call it. I think I've introduced this chaos. Let's get into what those 6 things are. Also, I just realized I'm forgetting something that I told myself not to forget again, because I've forgotten it on a few videos lately. And that is introducing myself. Yeah, I keep forgetting to do that little crucial part of these YouTube videos. So this is the first time we get to hang out in my chaos of my thinking. I am Claire Liz Miller. I am making content on YouTube right now. If you haven't gathered that from this video, I am making content. My previous focus was sharing content clarity series that I was doing because that's what I used to do for clients and businesses, was help them with their channels. And as you've already heard in this video, I'm taking it in a different direction. So it's nice to meet you. Welcome. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know what to do. I know you do, if you're interested. The first thing that I am doing to change up and simplify my process with YouTube is something I've already talked about a little bit in a few other videos, and that is getting to the big reveal, not niching down. Yeah, I said it. That's been the thing since the beginning of social media taking off, was niche down. Make sure you're focused on something and share that one thing, whether it's your photography, your fitness, your passion, your handwriting. Niching down to blow up has been something that I've heard from the beginning of people taking social media seriously. I have decided not to niche down. I am also predicting that this is going to be the upcoming trend, so to say. I do think that we are society-wise in social media, I guess society, digital land wise, I think we're starting to gear towards following people to follow people and who they are as a whole, not just that one aspect that they've decided to perfect and share. So I'm curious to see how this goes. I'm going to go ahead and just jump on this bandwagon. Is it a bandwagon if I'm stating it as a bandwagon? Whatever. I'm going to do this, and I would love to know if you are niching down or not, if you're a new channel or already developed, and where you're going with it. It's just, I think it's a fascinating conversation. Honestly, just keep an eye out for a video about it, because I think I'm going to have to ramble about it, because I could talk about it a lot. So we're going to wrap it up right here. That is one of the first things I'm changing. I'm not going to niche down, but I am going to focus. The second thing I'm doing to simplify my YouTube video process is outsourcing. Since I've been making videos for a few months completely on my own, testing out different processes and systems and how I want to do this, one of the things I realized is I need to save time somewhere to not just make these videos, but to make the next steps and to just also keep up with life. I wanted to figure out a way to lessen the amount of time that I was spending on every video. After evaluating all of that, I came up with two ideas. One, outsource editing, or two, outsource some of the simple stuff and not just to ChatGPT, because you can kind of tell that sometimes. And it's also not completely up to date. So I want something that is more specific and way more helpful for you too. After looking into those two processes and figuring out that outsourcing the editing really, it's just not the right time. I'm still figuring out my style. I'm pretty fast at editing and I already invested in an editing system. So I might as well use it for a little bit and do that eventually. So instead, we'll save on the quick time consumer things. For me, what that means is titles and descriptions and thumbnails and keywords, all of those back-end-ish things that take time and research to do, especially correctly. And so I've decided to use a tool for that, which is vidIQ. Currently only using the free version. However, I am going to sign up for the next level. I think it's called Boost, because I do think it will be helpful for me to grow my channel effectively and as a solo creator for now. As soon as I can outsource something, my goal will be to find an editor and then take more time on all of these things myself. On to the third thing that I am doing to simplify this YouTube video process. And that is make it a little bit more complicated for a second. I feel like I always do that with projects. The reason why, I'm not complicating the YouTube process, but I'm hyper focusing on it. And the reason I'm doing that is to create a little packet to make things easier. There's just so much that can go into a single video. And as a solo creator, it's overwhelming. It's completely overwhelming. And as a type A person who wants everything to be perfect, I'm working on perfectionism. It's really difficult to do all those tedious little tasks that are required for each and every video, for multiple videos at the same time. It's part of the reason I got burnt out. I mean, it's part of the reason I feel like most creators get burnt out very quickly when first starting. So we've talked enough about the problem. Let's talk about the solution. Because video creation isn't like, I tried writing just a checklist and it didn't really work for me, because just a checklist, there's so many different things, there's different aspects. So I am making a digital workbook packet thing that I'm actually really excited about. I'm testing it out right now with the videos that I'm creating, this workbook process that I will be able to go to the video, see my process for that specific video and say, okay, well, I do have time to film today. I'm going to film. Or don't really have time to film, but I could write a description. And I'll just be able to see what I can actually do and what all is needed to be done for each video. And I'm just really excited about it because my brain needs lists like that. It does. So, Also, I'm really hoping it helps me avoid making my thumbnail at the last minute, because I keep doing that because I'm avoiding doing it and I don't like that. So I'm excited for it. Let me know if you think you would use that. Coffee refill, but we're back. So let's get into the fourth thing that I'm doing to simplify this YouTube video process. And to be honest with you, this one's pretty obvious, but one that I wasn't following through on, even though I'm really kind of strict with it for a lot of other aspects of my life. And that is setting deadlines. Is a little simple, but extremely important. I think it's really going to help. In fact, it's why I'm recording today, is because I'm coming up on my filming deadline. And I've been procrastinating this video for some reason. Actually, not for some reason. I've been trying to figure out the best places to film. To be honest with you, I don't know if I like this too much. The lighting is, anyways, we won't get into that today. If there is a certain task that needs to be completed, and I'm not going to do it for every little task within creating videos, but instead I work backwards with the bigger phases it takes to create a video. What I mean by this is I determine when I am posting the video, and then I know I need 24 hours before that to upload the video and make sure it's processed and ready to go. Then I know my editing takes 2 days. So I know that the latest I can be finished with my filming is 3 days before I want to post and go live. And I'm making sure I write down for each video what that date is for this deadline process so it registers in my brain. There's a spot in my workbook for each of those things as well. I might have been saying the numbers wrong. I should check. Ugh, I don't want to. This listing sits weird. All right, we're just going to do this. The fifth thing I've decided to do for this YouTube process is something I thought I had figured out, but the system I had put in place really wasn't working very well. So I'm kind of more just revamping this because I think it is extremely important to consider from the very beginning. And that is having a way to take notes or just write down your ideas for content, but not just like the idea title, but also give yourself some notes. I've played with a lot of different ways of doing this. I was doing it in Apple's Reminders app for a little bit, but worked out too well for me. I was doing it in Notion for a little bit, but that wasn't as useful as I wanted it to be. And it's kind of been I've just kept lists everywhere. Too many spots, which is why I think it's very important to try to come up with one spot to save all of your ideas. That works for me, and I think that is an extremely thing to test out for a bit and figure out what works best for you. I personally have a single note now in my phone where I'm going to keep all of my content ideas. I have a template that I kind of keep on there that has all the like basic pieces that I usually think of when I'm coming up with an idea, which would allow me to, when I have a thought and an idea that I want to create for content, it would allow me to go in, fill in the pieces I normally think of first, as well as make a few notes for things that I might have an idea for. Really like it. I think it is a very effective way for me to plan my videos. And if I ever come to the day where I'm like, I don't know what to post, which is the opposite of my problem right now. I just have too many things I want to make videos on. It's overwhelming. But if I ever get to the day where I'm like, I don't know what to post, I can refer back to this single note that I've been taking all of these notes on, and I can just look for an idea that sparks joy, sparks whatever is trending, I don't know, and I'll be able to go back and grab it with the thoughts that I had when the idea originally came to my mind. Poptart is adjusting on her lap, and it was with her nails. That was really painful. Thank you, though, for that. I want all of my ideas in one spot because it's already overwhelming how many I have. You've made it to the last and final thing that I'm doing to simplify this whole process. And that is kind of a combo of two things, which is simplifying my scripting and editing. The filming I've gotten that's already as simple as it can be because I get very annoyed when filming, so I keep it very simple. But I need to play around with my scripting and editing. I am a person that has experimented a few times with different types of scripting. And there have been 2 videos that I have not posted, nor have I even finished editing because they made me so frustrated because I hated the way I scripted and filmed them. Then there's this video, which I'm even experimenting with a little bit differently. Instead of writing word for word everything I was going to say, which is what I've done in the past and takes quite a bit of time, I just have a little bullet point list of the things that I want. These are 4 video ideas. I'm also working on simplifying my editing since I'm not outsourcing it anytime soon. I have a very specific view and image in my mind on what I want my videos to look like. But sometimes I don't have the skills to make them, nor do I have the time to learn and then do that editing, which is fine. It's not something that I really want to do. I have the editing skills I want, and I will eventually look for a visuals or graphics person potentially to help me elevate the videos when I'm there. I'm not at that bridge. I'm not. So until I get to that bridge, I need to simplify this whole process. So I'm going to work on simple videos, no crazy transitions. If you want to see what I mean by crazy transitions, by the way, this video is one that I made where I just changed where I was sitting every time. And I mean, it works. It's still I think the transitions actually turned out really well. However, the process to create that video was so much longer. Editing it was okay. And I even got a comment that it was a little too busy and distracting and had no point, which I completely agree with. All of that to say, I'm simplifying my scripting by not scripting every word, only the parts I really feel like I need to, but mostly relying on bullet points and the filler words to be filled in when I'm just talking. And as far as editing goes, we'll see what that looks like. I really like to complicate things, especially things I don't know how to do, like graphics. Those are my 6 tactics I'm going to be moving forward with to simplify this whole video creation process for YouTube so that I can make this a little simpler and something I can truly keep up with. Anyways, that is week 2 back. I think week 14 video. 14th video, whatever. I don't know. I started tracking them. So now I know those numbers and I might share them because they mean so much. Anywho, this is where I would tell my clients to have a call to action. So I should probably have a call to action. My call to action is going to be check out another video I link on this page. And yeah, because the next video I want to make isn't really related to this. Okay, this video is me simplifying my YouTube creation process. My next video is what I'm focusing in for my personal life for the rest of the year and how I'm doing it and what I'm doing with it and the goals and the plan and yada, yada, yada. So it's kind of related, but not really. I don't know. Check it out.